So getting just a pillow for this evening's Yin Yoga class. This will be a 60-minute practice that focuses on releasing the fascia that surrounds our muscles and our joints. So let's get started with just a seated meditation to begin. So sitting up on your sits bones, cross-legged or any comfortable seat. Taking a moment to align your shoulders over your hips, drawing your shoulders back towards each other. Your chin draws back in space to lengthen the back of your neck. Resting your hands on your lap, close your eyes or keep a soft gaze. Inhale deeply through the nose, filling the chest and the belly. Exhale, releasing the shoulders down your back. Settling into this space and into this moment. Begin to notice the sounds and how the sounds interact with your eardrums, both distant and near. Notice any smells and the sensation of the air coming in through the nose and out through the nose. Bringing your awareness to any taste in your mouth. And gently turn your awareness to any sensations on your skin. Sensations of the air, sensations of your clothes, and things that you're coming into contact with. Without judgment or attachment, notice your thoughts. Without judgment or attachment, notice any emotions that are present within you. Gently turn your awareness back to your breath, the sensations of the breath coming in through the nose and out through the nose. Having the intention for this yoga practice and all yoga practices to take what works in your body, what feels good in your body, and let go of anything that doesn't. Modifying and listening to the cues of your own body. With this intention and any other intentions that you bring with you to the mat, gather your hands to heart center. Gently draw the chin down towards the chest. Become long through the back of the neck. Gently flutter light into the eyes, opening the eyes if they were closed. And then gently draw the chin back away from the chest. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Hands come to meet at the top. And then on an exhale, draw the hands down through heart center. We're going to start with a gentle twist. Right hand comes to left knee. Inhale, reach the left arm up. Exhale to gently open through the chest. Spine stays nice and tall. Shoulders melt down and away from the ears, and you find a sweet spot in the stretch that you can stay for a few moments. So not too intense, but yet not too mild that you don't feel anything from the stretch. So using the left hand planted behind you and the right hand on the knee to find that mild to moderate stretch through the spine. Connecting back with the breath. Notice within the body if there's anywhere that you're holding onto tension. Sometimes through the neck and the shoulders or the jaw. Notice where you feel the stretch through your spine and anywhere else you feel the stretch. Always using the breath as an anchor to stay present for your body. If you find that your neck is uncomfortable, you can play with where you gaze, whether it's over your back right shoulder or your front shoulder or somewhere in the middle. There's no right or wrong way as long as it feels good in your body. And then we're gently and very slowly going to come back through center. And just take a moment to take a nice big circle with the torso in one direction and then gently in the other direction. We'll take that on the other side, bringing the left hand to the right knee. Inhale, to reach the right arm high. Exhale to gently twist, open towards the right. Taking as much time as you need to kind of find that mild to moderate stretch, using the left hand anchoring into the right knee and the right hand planted just behind the hip. Maintain a nice tall spine. So notice if your back hand is too far back, you're going to find yourself slouching through your lower back. So by walking that right hand in a little bit towards your hips, it'll help maintain a nice tall spine as you twist open towards the right. Using your breath as an anchor, notice where you might be holding on to any tension through the jaw, through the shoulders, the neck. Holding for just a couple more cycles of breath. Noticing where you feel this stretch through your spine, through your body. Continuing to use the breath as an anchor. And then very slowly and gently, we're going to come back through center. Maybe a tiny little counter stretch, and then just take a couple big torso circles again in one direction, and then in the other direction. And then begin to open up the legs nice and wide to a wide-legged seat. And bring your pillow or pillows just in front of your pelvis. And then we're gently going to lower down onto the pillows, and you'll adjust your pillow however much you need to. You can fold it up a little bit. You can stack it in different ways. You can slide it out or in depending on where you land. And you're just going to gently begin to lower so that your forehead, if possible, comes to rest on the pillow. If the cheek feels better to rest on the pillow, that's absolutely fine. Alternatively, you can even stack your hands on the pillow and use your hands. You can fold the pillow as much as you need to, or stack something underneath to bring it closer. So take a moment to arrive here. Releasing your legs, allowing your feet to fall in whichever direction feels more comfortable. For some, that will be out more so that the toes go out, and for some, the toes might fall in. For some, the toes might point up towards the sky. Again, there's no right or wrong way. Just allow your legs to be completely relaxed. Soften the shoulders away from your ears. And allow the arms to rest wherever they've landed. Allow for a steadiness of breath. And for there to be a sense of peace within your mind. Aiming for that mild to moderate stretch through the body. Softening where you can soften. Using the breath as an anchor for the mind and the body. Gently and very slowly begin to bring the hands to the ground and gently walk the hands slowly, step by step, to draw the shoulders to come back over the hips. Bringing the hands just underneath the bend of the knee, draw one leg in, draw the other leg in. Move the pillow to the side, and then release the legs straight out in front. Point the toes, bring the fingertips behind you, and begin to draw the shoulders towards one another as you open up through the chest. Taking a bit of a counter stretch as you draw the shoulder blades together at the back, lifting the heart up towards the sky, flexing or pointing through the toes rather, contracting the legs. And then gently begin to release that counter stretch. We're going to bring the pillow or pillows towards the back of the mat so that it's the same like long way as the yoga mat. And then bringing the left shin so that it's in line with the front of the mat, and the right so that it is in line with the long side of the mat. We're going to, no, that's not right, sorry. All right, so with the left shin long like that, the right shin long like that, we'll bring the pillow out just in front of the left shin, and then begin to walk the hands back down and fold forward again. So kind of getting into the hips more here. So left shin parallel with the short end of the mat. Right shin comes kind of behind and parallel with the long edge of the mat. And then gently fold forward. If the fold feels like too much, you can also come onto the hands and lengthen through the arms so that you can gauge the stretch to that mild to moderate stretch. So maybe the fold might feel a little bit more like a deeper stretch, and maybe that feels nice for a little bit, but in Yin, the goal is to hold the positions for about 3 to 5 minutes. So using time and gravity in the posture to open up through the fascia in the body. Using your breath as an anchor. Very gently and very slowly, we're going to begin to plant the hands down to walk the hands back to a seat, coming back with your shoulders over your hips. Gently begin to guide the hands behind you and open through the chest here. Keeping the legs just as they are. Option to walk a little bit further back, which we'll get into the right hip flexor, walking the hands further back. Pausing in stillness here. Drawing the shoulder blades together, opening up through the chest. Noticing sensations through the legs. Aiming for that mild to moderate stretch. And then gently and slowly begin to walk your fingertips towards your hips. Release that right foot that's tucked behind and plant both feet in front with the knees pointing up. Hands come behind you, and then gently just draw the hips to one side and the other. Just a little bit of movement through the hips before we take the same stretch on the other side. So coming back to center, we'll now align that right shin with the short edge of the mat, and the left kind of draws behind and then parallel with the long edge of the mat. We'll arrange our pillow so that it's just in front of the right shin this time. And then gently begin to lower down. And as you fold, gauge how deeply you feel this stretch. Aiming for that mild to moderate. So on a scale from 0 to 10, 10 being so much stretching that it is painful, and 0 being no stretch at all. We want to aim for about a 3 to a 5 at the maximum. So we don't want to have any pain. Just a nice mild to moderate stretch where we can hang out for a few moments, connecting with our breath, resting the head on the pillow if it feels okay. Noticing where you can soften through the body. Staying here for just a couple more cycles of breath. And then very gently and very slowly begin to press into the hands as you walk them back towards your shin. Shoulders over hips, begin to draw the hands behind the hips and walk them back, opening through the chest as your shoulder blades draw together, taking a bit of a counter stretch and pausing here for a few moments. Walking the hands back as far as what feels okay in the body, feeling the stretch through that left inner thigh and hip flexor. Only coming as far as what feels okay. Noticing the breath. And also noticing where the mind wanders to without judgment or attachment. Just noticing if your mind becomes busy with thoughts. And see if you can gently and kindly bring your awareness back to your body and your breath when this happens. Sometimes that's the most challenging part of more restorative type styles of yoga is the stillness isn't something that we're used to. So allowing for the stillness can be quite challenging. So gently and slowly begin to draw back up. Draw that left leg back around to the front, and we're gonna just lengthen the legs long. And taking a passive forward fold with the legs nice and long. Begin by inhaling and opening through the chest to begin, and then slowly walk the hands down beside the legs. And just gently and passively take a forward fold, releasing the head and the neck. The arms just relax by the sides, rooted through the sits bones. Gently draw the chin towards the chest. Allowing for the torso to be heavy towards the legs. A nice stretch through the whole back body, the legs, the lower back, the middle back, and the upper back. Shoulders gently soften away from the ears. Beginning to plant the hands back into the mat. Draw them step by step, little by little, back towards the hips so that your shoulders come back over the hips. And then we're going to take our pillows and place them just behind so that they're the long way behind us, as kind of using them as a pillow for the spine. If you have a really soft pillow, you might want to fold it over like the long way so that you have a little bit of height. And what we're going to do is, keeping our legs nice and long, gently begin to lower our spine down onto the pillow, kind of creating an openness through the chest and the heart as the heart lifts up towards the side. Opening the arms and hands, they can rest by your side, or alternatively they can go out like a T, kind of creating a deeper stretch through the armpits and the fronts of the arms. Be mindful of your lower back, adjusting as needed. Stretching and opening the front part of the body. Relaxing through the muscles of the face, the forehead, the jaw. Allowing the breath to flow easily in and out. Gently begin to draw your chin in towards your chest, and then using the hands to press into the mat, draw the torso up to a seat. Draw the pillow to the side, but keep it nearby. And then planting the feet on the mat, we'll just slowly begin to lower ourselves down onto the mat, drawing the shoulders down and away from the ears. Plant the feet, and then grabbing a hold of the pillow, we're going to come to a supported bridge. So with the pillow, or you may want to fold it up to be a little bit bigger and thicker. We'll begin to draw the pelvis towards the rib cage, root down into the feet to lift the hips up just enough to slide the pillow underneath the lumbar spine. Ideally, it is just underneath the lower back, not underneath like the whole back. Lifting the hips up towards the sky slightly. Draw your shoulders down and away from the ears. Landing here. And if it feels okay in your body, try lengthening one leg long and maybe even lengthening the other leg long. Landing here. Stretching through the lower back and also through the front of the hips. Aiming for that mild to moderate stretch wherever you land. Using gravity and time and breath to open up through any areas of tension. Noticing where you can soften. It could be through the jaw, the neck and the shoulders. Heavy through the arms and the hands. Heavy through the feet. From here, Really slowly and really gently begin to plant one foot onto the mat and the other foot onto the mat if they were extended. Feel the ground beneath your feet. Root down evenly into all corners of the foot, of both feet. And then gently begin to draw the hips up towards the sky just enough to slide the pillow out from under your hips, and then gently lower the hips down to the mat. Bring the soles of the feet together. The knees fall apart from each other to come to butterfly legs. If you want to intensify the stretch, bring the heels closer to the pelvis, and to lessen the stretch, bring the heels away from the pelvis. Opening up the knees, allowing them to be heavy. Rest the hands on the low belly. Thumbs come to touch and pointer fingers come to touch, making a triangle. Your fingers point down towards the bottom of the mat. Feel the breath as it draws in all the way down into your belly and out as your belly contracts towards your spine. Feel the stretch through your inner groin and inner thighs. Very gently and very slowly, begin to draw the hands to the outer parts of your legs. So just below your hips to your thighs, and draw the knees together with minimal effort. Walk the feet about as wide as the mat and allow the knees to knock together so that the full spine comes into contact with the mat. And then with ease, gently draw the knees over to the right. And then as effortlessly as possible, draw the knees over to the left. Gently opening up moving as quickly or as slowly as what feels okay in the body, just switching the knees from one side to the other. And then bringing the knees back to center, pointing up towards the sky. We're going to use the pillow for this Shavasana. So sliding the pillow underneath your legs so that it lands about just behind your knees. Taking the pressure a little bit out of the lower back as we lay with the legs resting over the pillow, nice and long. Arms come to rest by the side. Palms can face up towards the sky or round down towards the ground. Draw the shoulders towards each other, shoulder blades drawing down the mat away from the ears and closer together, which draws the chest up towards the sky. Closing the eyes or keeping a soft gaze, feel the whole body resting on the mat. The back side of the body where it meets the mat and the pillow. The front side of the body where it opens up towards the sky. Feeling the bottom half of the body from heels to hips. And the top half of the body from hips to crown of head. Feeling the right half of the body and the left half of the body, and where the two halves of the body meet in the middle from root center to crown of head. Feel the whole body resting heavy and in stillness. Allow the breath to be easy, flowing in and out. Gently begin to deepen your breath. Beginning to move your hands and your feet in small movements, drawing the chin over to the right shoulder and then gently over to the left shoulder, massaging the back of your head. Begin to gently draw one knee into the chest and the other knee into the chest to massage the low back as you rock from side to side. And then gently begin to plant your feet on the mat or the pillow as you draw the hips over towards the left to roll over onto the right side, using the right arm as a pillow. And using the left hand in front of the chest, gently draw yourself up to a seat. Arriving to a seat nice and tall on your sits bones. Roll the shoulders up towards your ears and down and away from your ears. Arriving back to where we started the practice in a nice tall seat. Gather your hands to heart center. Closing the practice with a unifying breath. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth. And may any goodness from this practice resonate out to all beings everywhere. Namaste.